diving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon, everybody. Man, quicker at sharing that. Just grabbing a fan. There is no reading for this. This is just, I go through it too. And I see some of my friends having a hard time, and they don't need to. They don't need to. Right. So, hey, Patricia, good to see you. Just giving it a little bit for people to get on. I don't anticipate too many people, but you know, I really needed. I gotta learn to keep my shoulders down. Ugh. But I felt I needed to talk about this. I am not currently going through it, but this is something that I have experienced and probably will experience again. Because you see, the thing is we aren't just alcoholics. We are other things also. And you might come into the program and see a group of people over there having fun or whatever, and you try and go join, and kind of snobby to you. Right? But you want to be a part of the group because you want some fellowship, and that's the group that you see, you know, they're having fun. You want to be a part of that. I get that. I do. One of the reasons I'm so excited to go back to work is for the camaraderie. I need it in my life. I want to be on a team and celebrate success with these people. I want to grow with these people. I want to grow with the company. Right? But it took me years to get there. It took me a long time, right? And I'm not going to cover anxiety, PTSD, but that is kind of what, in a way, that's kind of what we're talking about. Okay. Because if you don't fit their mold of what an alcoholic or recovery looks like, you're not a part of. And I actually called those mutual admiration societies. The Sober OG, good to see you. Welcome. Bye. That's what always happens. All right. Now, this is an easy topic, so I don't imagine people are, oh, yeah, you know, no, they'll watch the rewatch is what they'll do. And there's nothing wrong with that. And for some of us, we get into the program and we love the 12 steps, we love recovery, but we feel this yearning, this deep connection to help other people. And when that's taken away from us, that could be a pretty shitty situation. Okay? I'm gonna give you one quick example. It was about a year and a half ago now. I got a call and they said, "Hey, Dion, they're firing everybody at Salvation Army in the men's recovery unit. Can you come help us?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, I'll come help you." Heck yeah, because I know my stuff about homelessness because I've been homeless. I know what it's like to live on Skid Row. Right? I know what it's like. Couch surfing is not homeless, not in the homeless sense that I'm talking about. Okay, when you sleep in a cardboard box under a fucking bridge, we'll talk. And the thing is the people that get this yearning is so overpowering that sometimes we don't know what to do with it. So we start reaching out to other people, but because we don't fit their mold, they don't want to, right? So got invited to go help out down there, and we had money to put roof, we were going to put roofs over people's heads. We were going to reintegrate, looked fucking great. And then the Mutual Admiration Society showed up, and they said, "Yeah, we'd like to teach them boxing." You want to know why? Because they can charge Medicaid for boxing. But what is this going to do? This is Salvation Army, homeless people. No. So I told Salvation Army, when you guys are actually serious, let me know. And I went, bye-bye. Because I just won't play any games. And sometimes people will come along, and this one's easy for me. I can get distracted real easy, right? Okay? But what I was doing, and I did this to myself this last week, okay? I was trying to I was looking at putting on an event because people are asking for community. So I reached out to one guy. I'm like, hey, I heard that you'd probably want to be a part of this. And he sends me an email back saying, well, why don't you show up to one of my events and we'll talk? I'm like, I don't go to rave concerts. The only reason to go to a rave concert is to do drugs. That's the only reason for me. Okay. You may like it, but I also don't watch college football. None of the things you are doing interests me. So what does that tell me? That we got to find out what people actually want. Okay. So I decided, no, I ain't doing it. I'm not going to do it. If people want community, then go get it fucking started and I'll help you out. But I ain't taking that stuff on. Okay. These are boundaries. And how did I get boundaries? And you guys, like I said, this is not an easy topic. Okay. How did I work on my boundaries? I started owning my own fucking feelings. Period. That's what I did. Okay. Now, when I reached out to this person last week and they did that, I already kind of knew. So what did I do? I set myself up for that reply. That was me doing that. I'm the one that started the conversation, right? And why wouldn't it work? Why isn't it working? There's probably not enough humility in it. That's my guess. Because when God puts things together, it's like butter all day long. Okay. But when it goes, then something's up. We know something's up, right? We plan the plan, and the plans are going to get changed a little bit along the way. But you know what I mean? That curveball just comes on in, and it's just, and it doesn't feel right, right? There it is. There's our answer. It's our intuition. I'm going to put it to you straight. You don't belong with those people. You don't. I don't belong with those people. No. There are millions and millions of people in the program. Right? I'll just go to a Zoom meeting in Canada and I'll have plenty of friends and they'll love me unconditionally. Right? But when somebody can't love you for who you are, see, here's part of the here, and let's get to the crux, kind of the crux of this. So we're talking about the Mutual Admiration Society. I'm going to tell you, okay, there are some people, okay, like myself, I decided that I was going to get into helping other people, being a counselor, things like that, right? Right. I decided that. Sorry about that. I swallowed wrong. Sorry, Instagram. All right. But I'm not going to ever fit that mold because in order for something to be popular, there has to be something not popular. There's no way to avoid that. Do you really want to be with those people? No. See, then they become like recovery coaches and things like that, and they stop going to AA meetings. Sometimes before their year is even done or even completed the steps. So then what you will have is um, instead of having a drunk liar, cheater, and stealer, you're going to have a sober one. No, they're going to do stupid stuff. They're going to. And it's done on purpose. Okay. Now, do you really want to be a part of that gang? No. Only if you want to go to jail or get in trouble. Right. But there's a right way to do this. And when you have people like myself that is also duly diagnosed, it can be very, very confusing. I got excommunicated. They're still talking shit. And they're talking shit because I'm going to work somewhere doing something. Just leave me alone. I'm doing my own thing, man. I work in Aurora. I stay in Aurora. And you can stay the fuck out. I have my friends here. And they're all the friends that you said were crazy and couldn't do this stuff. Those people actually make the best peer support specialists in the world, man. The more fucked up you are, the better chance you have to help somebody else. That doesn't mean go out and get more fucked up. That's not what that means. Mm. So, number one, don't set yourself up for failure. Stop contacting, and these are things that I say to myself too. Stop contacting these people. Stop thinking that maybe there's a glimmer of hope that people may change. No. Mm-mm. You have so much more work to do besides that. And that's just your brain working against you. Okay? So stop hanging out with those people. Fuck them. Okay? I'm not going to, you don't need to tolerate bullshit from other people. As God's children, it says this in the big book, as God's children, we stand on our own 2 feet. We do not bow before anyone. No man. I will never bow to any man on this earth. Unless they're Japanese, and I got it. But you get what I mean. I'm not going to humble myself to another person. No, I humble myself to God. Why? Because you will fuck up the humbleness. I will screw it up. That's why. All right. And Gary, not are you to hey, you're gonna be a superstar because you're that fucked up, dude. You ain't got nothing. It's true. It says in the big book, no matter how far down the scale we have gone, we can see how we can help other people. So how do we do this? Go work with another alcoholic. Wow, that's been the answer for a week. Help another alcoholic. Get the fuck out of yourself. Rule 62. Do not take yourself so damn seriously. Right? It's not easy, but I'm going to tell you, you do belong. You belong in your 12-step group. You do. Okay? So what are we going to do? Principles before personalities, right? Remember that you're there for your recovery and you're there to help other people. How that's going to look, I don't know. You'll find out when you get there, I guess. There's a lot of times I'm like go to a meeting, I'm like, why? And I find out why. Because somebody said something in a meeting that I just thought was so spectacular and made my day. I love hearing success. I love it when people reach out and say, "Hey, Dion, I've made it because I listen to these things." I mean, that's not the only reason. They're working a program too, right? Because I'm not all about, oh, come in, everybody, look at all the people we have, and yeah, oh, and hi, blah blah blah, and blah blah blah, and blah blah blah, blah blah. Nope. I tell you now, that number will probably never ever be above 10. So, and I go live twice a day. How many times think people are actually going to do that? So I'm way off topic. So, but I do want you to know, that when it comes to the program, you fucking belong. You do. All those other people are going to fade away. They always do. They always do. Why? Because they stop going to meetings. I go to a lot of meetings. I don't see any of them there because they're out doing their own thing, but they don't even know what they're doing. And you can't pour from an empty cup. You must, my sponsee asked me, "Can I sponsor this guy?" I said, "What step are you on? 5th? No, you may not." What I told him was, this is a not yet. Not yet. But that doesn't mean he can't be a closed mouth friend. So I told him, if you want to hang out with this guy and you two work on your recovery together, fucking go for it. But you're not a sponsor yet. You still have some techniques and things to learn. And that was a good answer for him. I always like to try and say yes to my sponsees. Yeah. Unless it's, she's beautiful and I love her and I want to date her. Oh, I ain't going for that one. They just go around you anyway. I have one guy, oh yeah, I'm not doing anything with her. I know he's full of shit. I don't care. I don't. It is going to affect his sobriety, though. It will once we get to that 8th and 9th step. Ding! And then maybe you'll recognize it. I don't know. Maybe God's got a different plan. Who knows? I do know that his recovery is secure and that he's doing the work. And there's nothing better in this life than watching that. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It was good seeing everyone. Patricia, Gary. There are a couple other people on also, but you are not required to say hello. So, thank you, everybody, for being here. I love you. Peace out. And